and God called each of one of us like individually to Israel. And one thing God really put on our hearts was just to seriously come and serve the Jewish people and come and serve Israel. It's almost like we found a treasure and we just want to share it with the rest of the world because it's too much for us to handle. Like realizing the revelation of, wow, man, like there still is Jewish people here, like exactly that was back in the Bible. And when a Jewish person like understands and starts believing to them, and they just get so many revelations, and their relationship with God is just like right there at that second. And when it comes to Jerusalem, the holy city, in the daytime this place looks amazing. There's tour groups everywhere. But at nighttime, after 12 o'clock, when the sun goes down to where the sun comes up, this city is not holy. It just turns evil completely. The kids come out, drugs come out, sex comes out. They're bored. They got nothing else to do. And the only thing that they want to do here is just have fun, or at least just not be bored. They feel like there's something huge out there. There's a huge calling for them, but they're just apathetic because they don't know what else to do with their lives. They know they have to go to war. They know they have to start fighting when they're 18. It's so easy to drink on the streets here. We've seen kids like cut themselves and just like get completely wasted. And for the past 2 years, like me and my brother have just gotten such a heart for the kids on the street, and God has completely just broken our hearts for everybody that's been in there. It's like they've all heard about Yeshua, they've all heard about Jesus just because it's Jerusalem, and they just believe it's like just another religion like Mormonism or Islam. But when we start living the message in this place, like they just truly start like their eyes just open, and it's just amazing to see these kids' eyes open like when it comes to start like just believing in what we have to say. We go into the streets and we just spend time with the kids, and we just tell them about like how much we love them. Eventually they start asking questions, and the more they start asking questions, like the more it just becomes so clear how hungry they are for us, because we can see that it's not us that's doing this. Like we would just sit there and kids would just start streaming around us, and they would just love us and ask us questions and be so hungry, and me and my brother would just see what we can do. And we've started to get a few groups from this international aid agency that we've been working with. Like for us, we thought we'd be the only ones that could actually connect with these guys, you know, like the kids on the street. And we've had some friends that came through, and like they came through, and they wouldn't really know how to connect with them either, or they would start to argue with them about Jesus and stuff like that, and it would just always end wrong. And then when this team came here, it was like 26 guys. Of just like, and a family, man. It was crazy. Like when they came here, we were just like, oh dude, what's gonna happen? Like I don't know what's gonna happen, you know. These like 18-year-old kids that probably comes from the same backgrounds as we do, but they don't have the, like, I guess the experiences we do with just helping kids like get out of their difficult lives and stuff. Everything that these people want to live for is life, but they've been missing it. And these teams just came in and they just completely showed like Jerusalem how to actually not be caught up in like captivity, how to not be caught up in like a prison, but just to like get out of the box, break out of the box, live your life for Yeshua, and just do life. The one thing that we saw in them the whole time was just like their will to serve. And it was just like you could ask them anything, and it wasn't just like, all right, like I'll do it and just kind of like try a little and fix it a little and do it a little, but they would put everything in, and they would just throw all their might and all their power in. Like we went to New Age festivals, they threw everything in there, and it was just absolutely amazing to see like what amazing hearts these kids actually have to just serve. And I think in the beginning they didn't really know what it was about, but what we realized like later was just like when it comes to them, there's this word like in Hebrew, it's mahapecha, and it means revolution in English, but it also means like it's a big mess. And what's funny is that we've been feeling that God's going to start a revolution in Jerusalem, just a spiritual revolution. And I've been trying to figure out when that's going to happen and how that's going to happen. But the cool thing is that when they came here, they started picking up trash everywhere. And the mahapecha actually means like what a big mess, but it also means like the last part is pecha, which is pach, which actually means trash can, like it means trash. And they've just been picking up trash the whole time, and they've been like cleaning all the places in Israel, all the places in Jerusalem. They've been making this place like so amazing just to look at in the physical appearance, but at the same time, I believe that in the spiritual, they were cleaning up so many demons, but making such a huge mess in the spiritual realm. Like it made almost, I think, for me and my brother, just encouraged us so much more to see that, wow, man, like we're not the only two people like this. There's so many other kids that can do this all over the world. They can just go out and they can have fun, and they can just totally live their lives for Yeshua, just being stupid, being wacky, being crazy, having piercings, having tattoos, just by like the youth being themselves that came here on the team, and the youth that they've been working with. It's just building relationships. There was no preaching, there was no Bible bashing, there was no being completely just someone that they're not. They were being completely themselves, and they were just enjoying it. every one of them. Like, I had personal conversations with every one of these guys, and they're so pumped to see what their next step is for God now, like for just like in their life, like what they're gonna do when they get back, like what they're gonna see, like how they want to serve God. There's some people that want to go to Afghanistan now. There's some people that want to start different things all over the world, and I believe that God started a fire in their hearts, and I do believe that that fire was the revolution, that they actually left a huge part behind as well. But our vision in long term is to have a warehouse in Jerusalem, in the center of Jerusalem, where there's a lot of kids that skateboard here, so we want to see if these kids can like start coming to the warehouse. We want to build an indoor skate park. We want to get some bunk beds on the side where like even groups that come in could just come and crash on the side, and where I guess like even kids on the street that don't have a place to stay, a lot of them get kicked away from their like houses and get kicked out of their homes, that we can give them a place to stay, kind of try to fix their homes, get some staff to counsel them. We already have a lot of staff that's interested. Peace be out, like shalom.